Hey, Professor Jones, this is Cole. Here's my persuasive speech. If you don't remember, it's on underage drinking and how we should switch it to age 18. So, underage drinking is a really rough subject for a lot of people, especially people who have they've seen the damage from like drunk drivers or other drunken accidents. But there's actually some really good points that are as to why the nation should lower it from 21 to 18. Drinking within the right moderation and using responsibility will actually do better for the young adults of the U.S. So, also, who doesn't want to get back to those days where you're talking about, how we could have parties on campus? It's like you show up here, have a beer, all that. Anyways, take a look at Europe, for instance. The drinking age is 18. They have a lower drunk driver percentage rate and are more controlled with their substances like alcohol. By setting the drinking age to 18, we will lower the significant drop in drinking problems today. So today I'll be talking about who drinks, alcoholism, and the pros and cons. First, let's talk about who is drinking. Now, it's a known fact that a lot of underage people are the ones drinking. If you think that it's just the people that are over 21 drinking, you're really wrong. According to the CDC, people who are under 21 drink 11% of all alcohol consumed in the U.S. In another actual recent survey by the CDC, they found out that high school students, what they did is they recorded them for the past month, and they took down these percentages. They found that 39% of high school students drank some alcohol, and 22% would binge drink. Now, if you don't know what binge drinking basically, from the dictionary, it says that it is a brief period where excessive alcohol is consumed. And I don't know about you, but a lot of college parties, that would be considered binge drinking. A good number of people, for a fact, it is underage people that drink. So that can also solve the problem as well, knowing that we have underage people drinking, like 18-year-olds drinking. It could solve the problem to all of these, drinking accidents that we have and, drunk driving and all that. But I'll get to that a little bit later. First, let's talk about alcoholism. Alcoholism is a major problem for every country. It's just known to be that. One thing that can definitely help out is setting the drinking age from 21 to 18. I know this sounds completely crazy, but just bear with me here. If we look at an article that I found from the U.S. Department of Justice, we'll find that because of Europe's lower drinking age, they set it to 18, that their adults are more responsible and they're actually more integrated with the drinking lifestyle. Now, being more responsible and more integrated into the lifestyle leads to know that they're going to be safer drinkers. So yes, they do have more drinkers, but those drinkers are safer. You'll find that with the U.S. that is not the case. What happens with the U.S. is because our drinking age is 21, our young adults can't wait till they're 21. They'll start drinking at 18. More likely college kids will start drinking illegally, and then you'll have all these minors handed out and all that. They're made to wait, so they'll actually start drinking more frequently, and they'll drink more alcohol, or like I said before, they'll binge drink. Like pot, let's see, I have it written down. Like Potsdam.edu says, basically they are saying that if we start them earlier with drinking, that they'll have the know-how, they'll be more responsible, and they have more experience to drink safely and be smart about it. I say teaching them to drink responsible is why we set the age to 21, right? But what if it is the best way to teach them to drink responsible is by setting the responsibility early? I feel like if we start that responsibility earlier, like at 18, then they'll definitely know how to start drinking. I mean, what if we? It's kind of like how I relate to in high school, how we would talk about safe sex and all that. What they would do is they would teach us at 16, and then they would train, or they would talk to us about safe sex, condoms and all that. I feel it's the same way. If we're in school in like 16, what they can do is they can teach us about how to drink safer. And then once we're actually 18, then we can actually drink safer. So, but right now let's talk about pros and cons. Based on the drinkingage.procon.org, let me give you some of the cons first. One, the American people support the current age of 21. That's a known fact. A lot of people, they like 21 because they feel like, they're kids, they don't have to worry about them drinking and all that. That's not the case. They're still drinking, it's just illegal. Two is it isn't a right. Just like getting a gun or, in fact, in some other cases, getting a car or a house like that, your age has to be 21. It isn't a right, so that 18 would kind of come into conflict. I think that if you're old enough as 18 is to be an adult, you should definitely be old enough to have the decision to drink. And another one, there would be more drinkers. The final one, there would be more drinkers, mainly because 18, it's the legal, so you're getting a whole new crop of people in that can drink legally. Now, that's not saying that those people weren't drinking already before, just illegally. But if they were at 18, they would be drinking legally and they would be drinking safer. So that's the main part that I'm trying to get out in this speech, that we want our people to be drinking safer and not behind, closed doors where cops are busting down parties and people are actually potentially getting hurt. I kind of feel like the pros outweigh the cons, so let's kind of move on to the pros right now. 1, 18 is considered the age of adulthood. Like I said before, if we are considered to be adults, we should definitely be considered to have the decision to drink. That should be our decision. I know a good old argument was, in fact, back in the old days, if you were old enough to go to war, basically, you should be old enough to drink. And to me, I feel like that is a great representation of this pro. Number 2, we are allowed 18 to 20-year-olds to drink. It would significantly lower the unsafe drinking activity in basically anywhere. What it's trying to say is if we let 18 to 20-year-olds drink with everybody else, it'll make them feel like, hey, I can finally drink. I don't have to go to a party and do it where I can just drink a lot. It's safer for those kids to drink under supervision of other people who are going to clubs and all that as well. And then third of all, it really just gets rid of the thrill. I mean, a lot of kids, if you talk to them, why do you like to drink? Oh, because, it's against the law and I like breaking the law and all that. If we take that law away and we switch it to 18, those kids are going to be like, okay, well, I can drink whenever I really want now. So it's not really that big of a thrill. And they start thinking safer about their drinking. After everything I've talked to you today, I hope you feel like the drinking age should be set to 18. I mean, just to kind of go over what we've talked about is, there's people who are drinking underage as is right now. I mean, no matter what, there's always going to be underage drinkers. The main fact is that I'm trying to get across to you is that we want those underage drinkers to be switched to 18, and then they can learn how to drink safely and responsibly so that they can take care of themselves as they drink. So thank you, and have a good day.